Hi Moglets. So it's been a while since I've done anything with Yae Miko, so I wanted to revisit her, especially now that Dendro is a part of the game, and even that's been a while ago, so figured it's time to take another look at her and maybe try some Aggravate. Cap was telling me Gilded Dreams is one of her best sets. I still have not gotten a full Gilded set, so that might be what we start with actually. We currently have 123 pieces. Granted, some of them are 4 stars since I haven't foddered those yet. Let's start by seeing if we have any Electro Goblets. We do have one. Doesn't look great, but Element Mastery is going to be important for her as far as Aggravate is concerned. Goblet is usually the off piece, so we're going to come back to that later. Actually, it's always good practice to start with weapon. Of course, we do have her signature here, Kagura's Verity, so we're going to be using that obviously. And since Kagura is a crit damage weapon, typically I would go crit rate, especially because I don't think we're going to be able to get an amazing set with like super high crit rate subs. The substats we're looking for are actually kind of these. EM, crit stats, attack. Let's just go ahead and get this one up to 20. Pretty much nothing can really go wrong because all the stats are useful for her. Crit damage, fine. Gilded also does make sense because it doesn't even really matter what your team is. She will either get attack bonuses or Element Mastery bonuses, and both are going to be useful for her. What did we actually get there? I think crit rate and an Element Mastery roll. So overall, I'm satisfied with it. I think like the stats in general rolled pretty low, but they're all the right stats, so I can't really complain. Let's look around. This has double crit, so we're gonna get it to +4, see what the last sub is. Hopefully EM or attack percent. Attack percent, okay, this might be our next one. Just don't go too much into energy recharge. We got a crit damage, crit rate increase, nice. Another crit damage roll. These are actually turning out really well. Plumes and flowers generally aren't that hard, but I'm honestly super happy already. And it's almost only been going to the crit stats as well. Okay, we did get one energy recharge there, but it's all right. And now we get to the hard stuff. Here we do have an attack stands with almost perfect subs, just flat HP there that could screw it up. But otherwise, double crit lines, Element Mastery, that's definitely a contender. Let's look around though. First of all, I gotta see if I even have an Element Mastery Sans. Oh yes, I do have one. It's pretty bad though. No crit at all. That is my only Element Mastery Sans. So let's go ahead and raise it to 4 and see how it goes. Flat attack. I would really hate to use that, honestly. Let's see how this attack one rolls, see if it can mostly avoid flat HP. We'll see. First roll went into Element Mastery, which is good. Maybe we could just get away with an attack sans and have a bunch of Element Mastery boosts in the team. Crit damage, we're actually getting a lot of crit damage, which means definitely we're probably gonna have to go crit rate circlet. There goes the flat HP. It was only 1, so if it can avoid it this time for +20, I'll be happy. There's only a 25% chance of failure. Oh, of course. Man, it's really not that good anymore. Let's see what the 4th stat on this goblet is. If it's one of the crit stats, I may go on-piece goblet and off-piece sands. We'll see. It's HP percent. Very sad. Since I think Miko will be the only Electro on the team, that means she is going to get 150 extra Elements Mastery from the 4-piece set, plus the 2-piece set bumping that up to a total of 230 Elements Mastery. So we could have enough without an EM Sans. Yeah, honestly, all my crit rate circuits are pretty bad. What is my best off-piece Electro Goblet? This is the best one with 10 crit rate, 7 crit damage, and 35 EM. But I'm actually wondering if 2-piece Wander, 2-piece Gilded with way better substats would be better than 4-piece Gilded. We'd only get 80 Elements Mastery instead of the 150 from Gilded, but if we could make that up via substats, it would be worth it. I'm happy with the Plume and Flower, so that could be our 2-piece set. I have 19 attack percent sans raised though, so I'm probably going to start with that. This attack sans has 82 Elements Mastery on it. That could be interesting. Also on Wanderer Troop, I think we're gonna start with that. And then we already have this decent electro damage bonus, which means we could go off-piece here for Circlet. Let's check our crit ratio. It's 51 to 166. Actually, I think we could get away with the Lava Walker Circlet. 69 to 228 actually could be a little better, but not bad. She also has over 300 Elements Mastery, which I think will be good once we get like Nihida and maybe Kazuha buffs in there. So if I were to give her a 4-piece Gilded, we probably would have a little more Elements Mastery, but less of almost everything else. Less crits, less attack. Of course, 4-piece Gilded with these stats would be better, but what can you do? Unfortunately, we do have Retzi 0, which is kind of sad because her first couple constellations do sound really nice. If memory serves right, she could have 3 of these Tinko Thunderbolts after doing burst, and that's 24 energy, which is kind of nice because she has the most expensive burst in the game at 90. C2 also sounds good, increasing the damage and attack range of those little thunderbolts created from her elemental skill. But yeah, I'm not going to go over all constellations, just know that she is C0, so yeah. But yeah, I think she's pretty much built. Let's go ahead and throw her in a team. She would be kind of close-ish to a main DPS in this team, so I would like to boost her EM with like Nihida, and I'm gonna try Kazuha again, though I can never really get him to do what I want most of the time. As for the last member of this team, looking through all like 60 units we have in the meantime. I'm gonna go with someone I usually don't go with ever. This dude, I forgot what his name is actually. I've heard he's pretty good for like decreasing res or something. And I think he has a shield that's decent. We're gonna go ahead and start with our dailies just because I have to do them anyway. We can get a decent feel for like her raw damage, no buff numbers. Although in this team, how she's like currently built is more favored for team buffs like Aggravate and element mastery boosts. But we'll try and more or less solo with her, I guess, for now. Basically just starting with these 3, and there's really not much else we can do besides some normal attacks. They are doing 11k, which is honestly so surprising considering we have nothing going on right now. That's actually quite a lot of damage for no buffs at all. Okay, now they're doing 8k for some reason. Oh, it's because we only have 2 on the field. I didn't see that. They actually have good range. They have really good range. Oh, and then here we have 3 daily quests right next to each other. That's pretty sick. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do here. I don't know if there are even any enemies to fight here. No, there were not. How about her charge attack? 9,300? Not bad though. I mean, it takes a while, so I'm not really surprised either. But I mean, she got through them relatively easily. She's a little bit hurting right now though. Okay, this last quest isn't really a fighting one either, I think. Okay, I have to follow where the actual weasel is going, I see. That was it? Okay, whatever. Let's start with Dendro Cube. It'd probably be the easiest just to see like aggravate damage. Maybe I'll get a Zhongli shield also, just to be on the safe side. We can prematurely place our 3 things here, I guess. And just maybe start attacking. Okay. We're getting like, what? 12.4? Okay, 27.5. That may have been with Aggravate then. Okay, well, he's dead already. That was very, very fast. I don't know how that worked. Well, we're not gonna actually kill him all the way because her elemental skill also does not snapshot, which is a good thing, honestly. It means once we actually have the Aggravate boost, it should do more after that. Quicken. Okay, that's weird. There must be some sort of internal cooldown on something going on there because it took him like 3 shots to even get quickened and then another 2 to actually get aggravated. And on the actual aggravate hit, it seemed to do like nearly twice as much. We're gonna be trying a slightly more normal boss here. The Aeon Blight Drake. We're just gonna start with getting those 3 down. Go to Kazuha Burst real quick. Sure, swirl it a little bit. Nihita Burst. Apply him with Dendro. I don't think we did. Let's just get a Zhongli shield. That actually should be good. Let's go ahead and get those 3 back and do her burst. Boom, 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 boom. 52k each, it looked like. I don't know if everything worked out properly. Let's check out her current Element Mastery, which is at 602. I don't think she has Kazuha's C2 anymore. Yeah, Kazuha should actually be the last one probably that goes in because Nihita's burst lasts way longer than Kazuha's. Oh no, don't die. Ah, he died. Actually, I think since Kazuha's burst pulses, he could actually just go like right before. Let's actually just have Zhongli go first. So the plan would be to get Zhongli shield, then get Nihita's burst, but currently doesn't have it, so that's annoying. We can do a little bit of quicken and spread anyway, just to kind of see what those are doing now. 32k I saw in there. That's actually pretty damn good just for her like passive damage. Yeah. There was a 60k from her elemental skill, but he was disabled, which means resistances were less. But still, I'm actually really impressed already. I don't even know what I'm doing yet. Let's go to Masanori. I know, but at least I did do a couple of other bosses first before heading to Masanori. Credit where it's due, right guys? All right, here we go. Just going to get those on now. And I think we're just gonna go straight to a burst. Please don't block. He's blocking. Stop blocking, no. Okay, I didn't see anything really there. 22k, 34k from her elemental skill. That's actually crazy. Just this passive damage, she taps E3 times and all that damage. He blocked the burst though, which is super annoying. I hate Masanori. It's just nice though, because he revives immediately, unlike every other boss. You have to wait like 5 minutes for them to come back. So we're just gonna place these 3 down while we're inside the ring and I guess do the burst. Okay, yeah, it was like 50k. I don't know if we actually had Aggravate at that point. Let's place these 3 elemental skills back down while we still more or less have most of the buffs. Yeah, I have a feeling Kazuha's not swirling the Electro probably. Her passive damage is what I'm actually most impressed with at the moment. Let's go ahead and try it again. 68 this time from one of the burst hits. Maybe everything worked out that time. I saw 48k from something there. I guess that was one of her E procs. I do want to see really quick how much elemental mastery we do have inside all of these bursts. We're sitting at just shy of 800, so I think that actually should be enough for a decent aggravate. Increase the damage bonus provided by aggravate and spread by almost 200%. I'd say it should be pretty good. I also want to try putting Miko before Kazuha, placing her 3 things down, going to Kazuha real quick, doing his stuff, and then coming back to Miko. I don't think Dendro can be swirled, so there really shouldn't be any issues, but I don't know. Yeah, the issue is he doesn't actually ever have Electro on him, really. So it's really hard to even swirl the Electro. So we'd have to like get Electro on him first, then swirl with Kazuha, but that buff only lasts like 8 seconds or whatever. And then we can maybe do Kazuha. Oh wait, he's probably dead. Yeah, damn it. How long does Kazuha's burst last? Also only 8 seconds. It might be barely enough time to get like 1 hit on him. I don't think Nihita's burst applies Dendro. We just maybe need to avoid doing her elemental skill. So let's try that. All right, let's see what we can do. Just Nihita this, and then we're going to get him with Electro, and then go to Kazuha's burst. Now he's definitely swirled with Electro. Then we go back to Nihita, do the elemental skill real quick, and then reapply some of these, do a burst, and boom, 64, 76. Okay, that's definitely the highest we've seen. I think we finally did it correctly once. It is a little stressful though, since we only have 8 seconds after doing Kazuha's burst to get all the stuff we want to in. And I think it actually did work that time, but that was definitely pretty nice. I wasn't able to spot any of her elemental skill hits, because again, I think those are actually overall more impressive considering they're technically like off field, you know? Though again, they don't snapshot, so they're gonna be less impressive if you actually use them as off field Electro. Obviously, if you're just using them for Electro application, that is fine. They don't necessarily need to do a lot of damage. I was gonna try Miko with an Elemental Mastery stance instead of attack, but considering the attack stance we already have has 82 Elemental Mastery, and we'd only be gaining a little over 100 on top of the 800 we already have, I don't think it's gonna make a big difference. However, losing 46% attack probably would. So I'm just going to assume it would be worse in this specific case. Maybe if she was in a team without a bunch of Elemental Mastery boost, it would be better, but that's getting really complicated now and very specific. So in my case, I think she's better with an attack percent stance because of all the other EM boosts we're already getting. In fact, now that I think about it, swapping Kazuha for a bow user and using Elegy would almost give us that same 200, and it wouldn't be so stressful. Granted, he does also have his passive boost here, and of course Viridescent, but I want to see how close we can get to that like 75 to 80k burst hits without Kazuha. Now that I think about it, Fischl might be a bit of an issue because I need to make sure Miko is activating the Aggravate and not Fischl. Aggravate isn't like Superconduct where it's a debuff for the enemy, it's more of a buff for whoever triggers it. I mean, I guess it does make some sense because Elemental Mastery plays a part in the boost you get from Aggravate, so it wouldn't matter who triggers it anyway. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but we're gonna try Yelan. There are very few bow users who hit consistently off field. Yelan can do that with her burst, and we need like 4 stacks for Elegy to proc, so let's just do a test run here, see if it works out at all. Let's go ahead and apply that. Let me see here. There is Hyperbloom, Aggravate. I just saw an Aggravate in there, so I think it actually works. Wow, he died very fast. In fact, it just passed midnight, so we should get a midnight Masanori. All right, we are ready now. Let's go ahead and just do everything as fast as possible. Let's see if we can get another Aggravate in there. I'm just gonna do her burst. 59. I don't know if we actually got an Aggravate. It wasn't bad, definitely far away from like the 75 to 80 we got with Kazuha, but so yeah, she is a super nice character. I don't know why I sleep on her so much, just for the insane passive damage alone. Her burst, how I see it right now anyway, is more of a bonus thing, a bonus damage for when you have it, and I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily build her with a ton of energy recharge or, you know, force a bunch of like energy generators to make sure she always has burst. Because compared to her skill, it doesn't do that much more, which is very weird because like this has a 151% multiplier at level 3, which it usually is at. And then this has like 534% at the most. I saw was 75 to 80k with the Tinko Thunderbolts. Obviously, Kagura does have something to do with that because we get 36% skill damage bonus after using her skill 3 times. I just kind of figured her burst would do more, but yeah. I mean, at least with Kagura, her skill is just what I think makes her shine the most. But yeah, especially now with Aggravate, I guess she could be pretty good for Hyperbloom as well, though her elemental skills target enemies. So they might have a bit of AoE, but enough to trigger the blooms on the ground? I don't know. Let's try it, I guess. So, there is a bloom on the ground. Let's place that there. Oh, look at that, Hyperbloom. Okay, has a pretty decent AoE it seems. So I guess she could be used in a Hyperbloom team, which is almost what we're in anyway. Yelan, Nihida, it's basically Hyperbloom actually. They don't have like infinite range though, so if the blooms like go super far away, then yeah, it might not be that consistent. But yeah, make sure to tell me what you think in the comments down below. Dropping a like or subscribing if you enjoyed is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks, as always, for watching, and until next time.